I know what you guys are thinking. Mike, let off of Paul George. You literally made a video on him 2 days ago. And I literally addressed this situation on Twitter. I wouldn't make videos on Paul George if Paul George didn't give me videos to make on him. It's not ideal to make videos on the same person over and over and over again. And the last time this happened was actually in regards to Paul George in the NBA playoffs. But he said something that really pissed me off 2 days ago. And once again, he just blatantly lied to us all. And I have actual video proof of Paul George lying to us, lying to Clipper fans, and just getting our hopes up for absolutely no reason at all. So what's going on, guys? Mike here, and before we get to the content, take a moment to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on our notifications, because I've been doing double upload days each and every single day, and I'm happy to keep grinding for you guys if you guys just leave a like, subscribe, and turn on our notifications to support this channel's growth. We're on the grind to 500,000 subs by 2021. And on top of that, we released one of the greatest pieces of gaming content that I think I've ever done. We went into NBA 2K21 and restarted the NBA from 1949. I'm not kidding, man. A link to that's going to be in the end screen, but you could also find it on my gaming channel, TheFlightMike TV. Oh, and by the way, don't forget to check us out on IG. Now that we got all that out of the way, cue the intro. If you go back to the last offseason, not last year, but last offseason, the Los Angeles Clippers were an extremely up-and-coming team. Having pushed the Golden State Warriors to their limits in the first round of the NBA playoffs before eventually losing to them in the first round of the NBA playoffs, the Los Angeles Clippers appeared to be a very strong supporting cast for any superstar player that would want to come in and potentially put them over the hump. And luckily for the Clippers, they found that superstar player, Kawhi Leonard. However, in order for the Clippers to secure Kawhi Leonard made it known that he wanted Paul George to be his teammate. Paul George is from Los Angeles. He made it known that he wanted to go to the Lakers the moment he demanded a trade from the Indiana Pacers.
Do you have any regrets that the Lakers part of that came out, that became public?
No, no regrets at all. All was said was a destination that I would love to go to. There wasn't, hey, gunpoint to the head, send me here. I just stated somewhere I wanted to go play.
But here's the thing that Paul George said that kind of irks me. In an interview with the Los Angeles Clippers, as soon as the Clippers opened up their training camp after a very tumultuous offseason following a very tumultuous postseason, Paul George came in and said some stuff that, once again, drove me freaking crazy. And if you didn't see the thing that drove me crazy 2 days ago, I'll leave a link to it at the end screen, because 2 days ago he came out and said that the reason why he wasn't successful with the Clippers last year in the playoffs was because he was being pinned down too much on the offense and he wasn't given enough pick and roll opportunities, despite Doc Rivers giving him his highest percentage of pick and roll plays of his entire career. But let's forget that, because that's a whole different video. We've already covered that already. This time, Paul George came in on Friday and said that he wants to retire as a member of the Los Angeles Clippers, stating that this is where my heart is and I'm happy. And if you're a Clipper fan, you're probably jumping for joy right now. But here's the thing that sucks for you Clipper fans. You clicked on my video, and I'm about to give you a dose of reality because, well, this isn't the first time Paul George said that he wants to stay where he wants to stay. So let me take you through a timeline of when Paul George blatantly lied to his fans, starting with his tenure in Indiana. So this clip was shot during All-Star New Orleans in 2017, right around the trade deadline when Paul George made it known that he wanted a trade from Indiana. And, well, look at the way he handles the media here.
Are you staying in Indiana?
I would like to. I think the biggest thing is wanting to win a championship and be the first to win a championship and bring that to Indiana. They have some of the greatest fans, and we have one of the best fan bases. Just their love of basketball is so different in any other state that I want to give them that.
But your name is right there with all the trade rumors right now. We're 6 days away from the trading deadline. What are you hearing from your agent? Like, what's your gut about this? Because it is a business at the end of the day.
Man, I'm not sure. As far as I know, I'm committed. I tell my agent, until it happens, let it happen. But leave me out of it.
Yeah.
I'm focused on. I got a focus of trying to get this team back on board, and all that other stuff. Leave me out of it.
You'll find out if there's something to be told about.
Yeah.
Paul George would get traded to the OKC Thunder for Victor Oladipo and Domantas Sabonis literally 5 months later. But Paul George provided rationale as to why he said, "That's it, I'm done, trade me."
Played out. Like, I always wanted to come home and play in LA, but when I was in Indy, my goal was to win one there. And I never wanted to leave Indy. Like, I grew up on Kobe. So Kobe stayed in LA. That was where his home was. That's how I felt guys should look at it. So after things started to play out, I watched Danny get hurt, Danny struggling, and they just shipped Danny off. Knowing Danny was at a critical point in his career where he needed Indy. He needed to be with people he knew to get back healthy. And I saw them just ship him away. So that kind of played a part on me. Then I remember, like, one morning I wake up and I see G Hill's traded. I don't like front office people, like the front office stuff. I'm not that dude that, like, I gotta be in decisions. I gotta be like, if y'all gonna do something, just let me know. Like, I'm cool with anything. That's not my position to be like, in the front office convo. Just let me know. That's all I ask. Just let me know. So when I see G Hill got traded that morning, I'm hot. I'm hot about it. Like, I call my agent, like, yo, they gonna do this and not tell me? Like, what is they on? Then I'm hearing my name is in trade rumors. My name is in trade talks. I'm an all-star that year, so we go to New Orleans, and the president and the GM, they meet me in New Orleans to talk about my name being in the trade deadlines. They like, nah, we would never trade you. You're not movable. Like, you this, you that. You are a star. You are future. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like, this is where I want to be. So that's fine. Then, trade deadline is before All-Star Weekend is over with. So after All-Star Weekend, I'm feeling good. I had this convo with him. Then again, I hear my name in the trade talks again. My agent come to me like, yo, these teams are inquiring for you, and the Pacers are talking. Like, they're just, hearing other teams out. So I'm like, we just had this convo, and they still looking to make trades. So that didn't sit well with me. But I know it's a business at the same time. I'm not naive to after that convo. So after that season goes on, after that year is over with, I came out publicly like, I want to be here. I want to be here. Like, this is where I want to be. So now it's that summer, and I do this baseball, softball league, or softball charity game every year, every summer in Indiana. So I go back to Indy. I do the softball game. They ask me again, like, what do you want to do? You want to be here? I'm like, yeah, I want to be here. This is where I want to be. So I had a phone call with them that night. And mind you, while I'm there, you know how it goes. Cats like, yo, I want to play with you. D Miles, I would love to come here and play with y'all. Like, I ain't gonna say the names because I'm gonna keep their business private. I'm gonna just say it like this. I had at the time the best power forward saying he wanted to come to Indy and team up with me. They like, we a mid-major, we're a small market. Like, we can't do it. We're a small market. We can't afford that. I'm like, the best power forward wants to come play here. Like, y'all can't make that work. They didn't want to do it. So I'm like, wow. Now I'm pissed because it's like, what am I doing here? You know what I mean? Like, they don't want to win. I got the best power forward that want to come play here. Like, not everybody choose Indy to come play at. This dude wanted to come play here. They didn't want to do it. So they called me up. They like, hey, and again, I'm going to leave the names out. But now this person that they talk about is maybe top 20 power forwards, top 25 power forwards. They put him up like, hey, how do you feel about this person? And this other person that they was gonna sign in free agency was a dude coming off injury. So I didn't feel comfortable about that. After that phone call, I'm like, they don't get it. I called my agent like, man, get me up out of here. They don't want to win. So that's how everything kind of transpired.
I'm going to try to remain as objective as possible here, but there's something you have to pay attention to. Danny Granger got injured in 2014. Paul George was in trade rumors because, well, he made it known that he wanted to play for LA during his contract year. The Pacers weren't really confident in their ability to re-sign him, and that's why he was in trade rumors. The power forward he's referring to is Blake Griffin, and Blake Griffin signed his contract with the Los Angeles Clippers way after Paul George got traded to the OKC Thunder. But wait, this is just Indianapolis. If you're still unsure about whether you should trust Paul George or not, let's see how he handled his departure from OKC. Remember, after 1 year with the OKC Thunder, they really weren't that good with the big three of him, Carmelo Anthony, and Russell Westbrook, so there were questions about whether Paul George was going to leave OKC in free agency or if he was going to re-sign with them. And then this happened.
If y'all didn't quite get it, let me say it again, I'm here to stay. I'm here to stay.
The moment that he caught word that there'd be an opportunity for him to leave Russell Westbrook and the OKC Thunder, a team that he thought appeared to be stagnating, that hit a wall that couldn't go any further, he went to Sam Presti and asked for a trade. And you know how you could tell that that actually happened? Because Sam Presti has a reputation of trading star players exactly where they want to go. And by the way, this kind of launched the OKC Thunder into one of the craziest rebuilds we have ever seen in NBA history. The purpose of this video isn't necessarily to hate on Paul George. For all you know, he had good reasons to leave both Indiana and to leave OKC. But what I'm trying to say is be very cautious when a player, especially Paul George, tells you that he is going to stay on this team for life. Because for all you know, a lot can change within the next year, especially given how the past NBA playoffs went for him and the drama that has been surrounding him throughout his career. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, and turn on our notifications if you did. Aside from that, I'm your boy, TheFlightMike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.